Welcome to Trade Ideas. I'm Jake Merl, sitting down with Jerremy Newsome of Real Life Trading. Jerremy, great to have you on the show for your very first Real Vision interview.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So before we get into your trade ideas for today, can you please briefly review your background, who you are, and what you do at Real Life Trading?
I went to school for a finance degree, and I was learning in college. I wanted to learn how the stock market works. And as you know, in college, they teach you all about the stock market and how to enter and how to exit and how to hold. And since it's purely sarcastic, I didn't learn anything in college. I just started hitting the books, man, going to YouTube and just kind of learning how to trade. And what I do now is I teach people how to profitably and safely trade the stock market in all avenues: day trading, options, long-term investing, swing trading, credit spreads, the whole gambit, futures, cryptocurrencies, Forex, all that.
And so with that in mind, what are you looking at right now?
So specifically right now, Tesla. I'm a Tesla bull. I know some people watching this are going to be a little shocked by that. The particular plan that I'm looking at, the strategy is actually selling volatility. Right now, Tesla has a lot of volatility. A lot of people are expecting it to crumble. They're more or less expecting it to go to zero. Balance sheets are terrible. Elon Musk in an email said they don't have enough cash, for a few months of operations. So my plan is to sell some premium on the downside, which means selling puts. So I'm literally planning on selling insurance to someone on Tesla. So that's a put sale, is that particular strategy. And I'm looking at the $100 strike price for January of 2020. So we're talking about 7 months away. My number one plan is that Tesla will not crash down to 100. So when you're selling an option, it is a very bullish position. So my plan, when you sell put options, your plan normally is to be totally fine actually owning the shares of Tesla. So my plan, my thought process is, how many shares would I like to buy at 100? And the answer is 2. Right, 2 contracts, which is 200 shares, which would be a $20,000 investment. Okay, so owning Tesla at $100 a share, 2 contracts, 200 shares, $20,000 investment. I will get paid to do this particular trade. So when I sell the option, you actually go into your account, click sell to open, and it's a trade that requires margin or a lot of cash, $20,000 in cash, and you'll actually get paid to do that trade. So upon submitting it, you're going to receive right now approximately $400 per contract. So the trade, you'd actually get paid $800 to just sit back and do nothing.
And that's over the course of the next 7 months.
That's over the course of the next 7 months, right. And so the overall perspective is, if Tesla does go down all the way to 100, my worst case scenario on this particular stock trade, this option setup, is that Tesla goes to 0. That's my worst case scenario, but that's the exact same worst case scenario as if you own shares, right? The stock goes to 0. So realistically, I'm personally only going to protect my downside by going long puts if it breaks 150.
Gotcha. And so that would limit your risk, you're saying?
Yep, exactly. So the cool part is insurance companies do this all the time. It's actually called reinsurance. So an insurance company like Nationwide, that's a company that I used to work at when I was younger, they would insure their positions. They have all this insurance, and they'd actually buy insurance on that just in case a claim actually happens. So it's kind of great. So in this particular scenario, I'll be selling a longer term option, and then if Tesla starts breaking these primary levels of about 150 and 140, I could then buy an insurance contract protecting the downside as Tesla continues to go lower, if that happens, which I do not expect it to.
And why don't you expect it to?
I think the worst is here. The presentation that Elon Musk just gave at the shareholders meeting was outstanding. I realize that this will be a controversial interview, and that's to be expected. The market is very volatile with Tesla. A lot of people expect it to go to 0, but Elon Musk is a visionary. In my opinion, he's probably one of the smartest, if not the smartest person on Wall Street today. And his vision is so compelling and incredible. The shareholders who were in that meeting were like, I love this guy, love the company, love the team, love the product, love the vision.
So what would you say is the biggest risk to your thesis?
The biggest risk to my thesis is, realistically, Elon Musk either getting sick, getting fired as CEO, quitting as CEO, or something unfortunately happening to him, a loss of life. That's realistically it. If Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla, this trade works.
Well, Jerremy, we'll see how it plays out. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So Jerremy is bullish on Tesla. Specifically, he likes selling the January 2020 100 strike put option on Tesla. That was Jerremy Newsome of Real Life Trading, and for Real Vision, I'm Jake Merl.